Cricket Insights. We've got a bit to cover. We've got World Cup Qualifiers going on and the Australia-South Africa series over there in South Africa. John, what are your thoughts on the cricket this week?
Well, first up, I think the main bone of contention and talking point in the world of cricket is, will South Africa get to overturn the Rabada ban, or maybe not overturn but at least postpone it till the series is over? So with Test cricket being in the serious downslide that it is, I think you need your superstar players on the field, and not having Rabada there will really steal a lot from this, what has been a fascinating series so far, and a bowler in red hot form against an Australian lineup which is looking pretty jittery, even though they've all got the top order, and even up to Mitch Marsh have got 50s behind them. They just look unsure against this high quality pace of Rabada, even though they've been brought up on a similar diet of fast bowling. So the key thing is, will South African Rabada be able to suspend this till the series is over? He's been handed the 2 test match ban, but if they can get it done, he could yet feature in Newlands, which will be huge, because if he's not there, I see Australia walking away with the series. When I say walking, it won't be that easy, but there's no way they're going to lose the series if he's not there, because with AB de Villiers, he's a man in form for South Africa. So I think it's a huge blow if South Africa cannot get it done, as in get the ban pushed forward, and it will hand the series to Australia in my view. But for you guys, it must be great if he's not on the field.
Oh, I mean, look, his bowling was outstanding. He didn't start off the tests great in the second test, but once he got going, he just became a bit unstoppable. In terms of the ban, look, I think the ban is deserved, and that's not saying from a biased point of view. I just think making contact with the opposition player, especially being the captain, I think even makes it worse, but just making contact with an opposition player, which was unnecessary. He just got him out, celebrate it. I think there needs to be, and the ICC needs to clamp down. And what Jeff Crow said, I thought was just spot on. He said it's unnecessary, could have been avoided, and should have been. In terms of getting in Warner's face, I mean, there's been that many Australians guilty of doing that. I didn't have a big issue with that.
Yeah, me too. Right.
Yeah, I just thought the Smith one was just going too far. So. Yeah, I just think the ban should stay, just to answer your question. I don't think you can delay these things. I think you need to hit it, no matter what the series score is or how big the series is. The ban is now, and it just becomes, bad luck.
Right. I think so many instances in 1 year that has made him rattle up so many demerit points is just not on, because like everybody says, he's letting his own team down, right? I mean, he should have shown some maturity. He was just one minor incident away from a ban, and he created 2, same test match, and there was no way he was going to escape a ban after walking into Steve Smith, and I think it's we spoke about Hardik Pandya before. There's a huge immaturity on his part. I mean, 22-year-old, your leader of the attack, Steyn, is out. All right, this guy is now the spearhead. Take the responsibility. I understand emotion, passion, all is there, but walking into somebody is just not on. And even with that already there, I know he was excited, and Warner's thing was not so bad, but he was already under the watchful eye of Jeff Crow. There was no need for that. But here's my thing. We need to understand. I mean, if it is all black and white, I agree with you completely that the ban should stay. But just if you take the entire, game as entertainment and marketability and test cricket where it's going, a Rabada or a AB de Villiers or a Steve Smith or a Mitchell Starc missing for such reasons which are not injury related could really rob a vital component of the series, because in the end it's still entertainment. And while I'm with you about the ban should be there, I'm not against it being delayed till after the series. Maybe you might say, where do they draw the line? Maybe this one-off, because this could be a huge learning lesson for Rabada, saying that, okay, you out and South Africa lose the series, he will feel that guilt not to do it again. Whereas if it gets pushed forward this time, they can use that ploy every time in the future. Whichever team that is.
Yeah, I just think, and it is a bit of a shame for the series, because I know what you're saying in terms of the series losing South Africa's best fast bowler at the moment. I mean, Philander is also a great talent, but Rabada and the form he's in.
Right.
It's a bit like when Australia lost Glenn McGrath in 2005. The 2 tests they lost, he didn't play.
Right.
And you take your best bowler out,
Right.
it's going to hurt the team. But I think there just has to be a punishment, and it should hurt South Africa, and it may cost them the series. The
Right.
guy who won them the second test or helped win them the second test could cost them the series.
Right.
But that's just the way. Sport has to be tough and
Right.
take away all the emotion out of it.
Right.
And it has to say, and especially the ICC, which have been too soft in the past,
Right.
swept too much. And I still go back to Collie and Smith. I thought both got away with it in that
Right.
test in India. I thought they were too soft then, but I was pleased to see Jeff Crowe just say, no, this is wrong. You walked into him, you didn't need to. This is your punishment. And then the way they have the demerit points build up. He did it with Dick Weller, did it with the Indian opener, Darwin.
Right.
He did it with another player.
Right.
And I think it's a bit of a recurring thing with
Right.
him, and you just can't sweep these under the carpet.
Right. But I think some consistency should be shown here, as in I think De Kock and Warner also deserved a ban for it was just a huge
Oh, yes.
it was a disgusting thing on a cricket
Yeah.
field, and I think they both also should have. So I think everywhere around the world everybody's all right if the ICC will be consistent with it. So if Jeff Crowe was consistent, 2 of them gone, and then Rabada, yes, he's being consistent, but going soft from them where it could have landed in blows.
Yes.
If Warner's got held back, I think they needed to also. So I can see why South Africa are feeling a bit like what happened in the previous test, because Warner's a huge gun for Australia.
Sure.
Having him out at the top of the order
Yeah.
robs them of the aggression, robs them of the momentum, because Khwaja and Bancroft are not going to destroy you.
That's
They'll
true.
hold the innings together, but Warner can really hurt you.
Yes.
And if he sets it up, you have Smith with that cushion
Yeah.
to really tee off.
Yes,
So
yes.
so I think South Africa could have felt a bit robbed by Rabada and not Warner. But that's how it goes. We'll keep reporting on the latest developments on this issue. In other cricket news, lots happening in the associated world in the World Cup qualifiers. Unfortunately, there have been some ups and downs, and Hong Kong has lost its one day status, losing all but one match. But what has been their downfall has been something of a huge achievement for Nepal. They've got the ODI status all the way to 2020,
Yes.
and even though both teams, along with PNG and Netherlands, are out of the qualifiers, it's still a huge thing for Nepal, a huge day in their cricket. The Super 6 has started. Afghanistan has beaten West Indies to keep it alive, and they just graced through it over there, courtesy of Nepal beating Hong Kong.
Yes.
So they're not in the form of their life, but it's I've never seen an associate event or league being so interesting, and all the teams are battling out. Scotland are in red hot form. Zimbabwe have done well so far. They were unbeaten till they finally lost to Afghanistan. Actually, they have looks like they will go down now today to Afghanistan. So it's been really interesting over there. So that's great news coming out from the associate world. Cricket needs more teams playing. It's a shame it's only going to be a 10-team World Cup, but these fascinating battles will keep it going on.
Yeah, I was one of the ones in favour of a 10-team World Cup. I just thought sometimes the lopsided matches, although it was great for those countries, especially if they could spring an upset, I just wanted to see a World Cup like the 92 World Cup where you just had 9 teams and so many good matches. I thought I was happy to go to a 10-team, but I'm glad that they all get a good opportunity to fight it out.
Right.
And if I had to pick 2 teams out of them, I'd pick Zimbabwe and West Indies, but I don't know, have you got a prediction out of those 6 teams?
Well, I think Afghanistan will go through, simply because they're really keen on it. And I think the other team which is really hot and could surprise is Scotland. So I would pick Afghanistan, Scotland, and I differ from your opinion. I would like to see a bigger pool of teams playing a World Cup after it's a World Cup. Just 10 teams, it's just limiting how we're going to grow the game. If you're not, I understand lopsided matches, but if you look at the FIFA World Cup, you have over 30 teams in the World Cup, and you will have lopsided games, but at least it's a World Cup. A World Cup is supposed to be a celebration of the sport, and you have to be as inclusive as you need to. So I think I would prefer more teams playing. In other cricket news, England pipped New Zealand to the one-day series, winning 3-2. It was a really interesting series. It came down to the wire, but England just had too much in the tank to take home the series.
I'm looking forward to the Test series. I think New Zealand at home are always competitive.
Right.
England need to bounce back after such a poor Ashes series. And just interesting to see. I'm glad they stuck with Vince and a couple of their top order batsmen, Stoneman. I think they got potential for the future, but you know they can't be just getting their 20s and 30s and getting out. So
Sure.
if I had to tip, I'd like to see New Zealand win.
That's a first.
Yeah, that's true, but
That's against the old enemy. So.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to see, and I think New Zealand at home, and you know, you got to give them a chance at home. So
Right.
I'll be
Right.
tipping New Zealand.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll go with England still because I think they've got too much quality to not win this. That's all from us here at Cricket Insights. Please do join us next week when we cover and we preview the third test between Australia and South Africa and all the other cricket news around the world. But until then, it's goodbye for now.